Welcome back to another episode of In the End, There's Always a Disney Guide. But before we get into today's episode, I want you guys to make sure you check out DisneyGuide.com or .tk. And yeah, you guys, let's get into today's episode. So today, oh my gosh, I'm honestly like really sick of talking about this topic. But today, we're going to be talking about multiple different subjects that, we've definitely concluded on through this year. One is about racism, and another is about pretending, or what is it called, blackfishing. I'm African American, and it's irritating to see people imitate or try to pretend to be African American people. I don't know if they're doing it because they want to be African American or if they're just trying to play around, but it's not funny. It's not a joke to those who are of color. Um, I don't think that they understand on their end what they are doing. But what they are doing is very wrong. And I don't think they're realizing why, us blacks have an issue with what they're doing. Just like with what is it called? I think it's called Asian fishing. You don't like people pretending to be Asian or doing things or trying to make themselves look like a culture that they're not. It is rude, it is demeaning, and it's just disrespectful on multiple levels. Racism and these two go hand in hand, but they don't represent the same thing, obviously. Blackfishing means pretending to be a different color. And then you have racism, which means obviously hating against that opposite color. So it's crazy how the same race, and this is not the entire Caucasian race, but it's crazy how that same race that's racist towards African Americans, and I'm not speaking for all Caucasians, but I'm saying that it's crazy how that race wants to mock or pretend as though that they're that color, or try to be, or try to want to be like that color. It's crazy to me. It's really insane. I see on TikTok how these people trying to stay out and tan their skin so they can become darker and look black. I'm like, what is y'all problem? Y'all think this is a game? African Americans had to go through slavery. It's not funny. White people didn't have to go through the same struggle as a black person did. And I think that's what people don't realize or get or understand. Or I think that's where the misconception comes from when we're talking about these very important topics. I hate talking about racism. I hate uh mentioning it, but it's become such a broad statement within this world. I mean, with blackfishing. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys seen it too. I don't know if you guys watch the YouTube channel Anna Oop, ANNA Oop OOP. I recommend you go check out her channel. She definitely reveals everything about what goes on TikTok. Um, and she calls out everything that happens on TikTok. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's really really ridiculous. It's not a joke, nor is it a game. To those who are African Americans, not to me. It's disgusting because I'm not trying to be white. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm something that I know I'm definitely not. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm Asian, or trying to make myself look as though as if I'm Asian. I'm not doing that because that's not my culture. You making fun of African Americans is the last thing you want to do. The last thing. When us African Americans have been through the worst of the worst since I don't even know when. Since all the way back past back slavery. It's ridiculous. And I mean, those who are doing it should really be disgusted with themselves and ashamed to think that it's a joke for the history of those who are African Americans. It's not a game and it's not a joke, especially to me. And I take this subject very seriously which is why I do my best not to really talk about it. As though even though I do want to express my opinion, it's just one of those topics that I like to avoid discussing, mainly because not that I'm ashamed, but more of so it's like even though we discuss it, I honestly don't see any change happening. You get what I'm saying? That's why I really don't care to discuss it or want to discuss it, because it's like nothing's gonna stop it, nothing's gonna change it. I mean, what's going to change how or what how they see us? How is it gonna change them? By us talking about it, nothing's gonna change. It's gonna still be the same thing. That's why I don't really talk about it. I try to avoid it as much as possible because it's ridiculous and it's stupid. I mean, out of all the things you want to pretend to be black, and it's crazy because it's like, how is it that the same race that is racist towards black people want to be us so bad? That's the crazy part. And it's not all. It's crazy how that same race, and it's not all white people. It's crazy how that same exact race wants to try to be black, want to try to make our type of music. You see how all these white people on TikTok dancing to our music, to our beats that we come up with, trap and hip hop? Let's be real. Besides Eminem, hip hop has fundamentally been to the black community. Both hip hop and pop. I don't know about any other genre of music, but hip hop solely has been critically constructed around those of African Americans. Solely. And it's crazy how you got all these white people trying to be black. But it's like, why are you trying to be black when you discriminate against us? I don't. It's like I don't get it. What do you want? Like, what is it? What do you want? Why are you here? Why you keep? And I'm just lost. So it's a lot, and it's annoying. It's irritating. It's pestering. It's bothering, and it irritates the mess out of me because I hate seeing stuff like that on social platforms. And they should have enough sense to take it down. Like, what? It's ridiculous. But you guys tell me how you feel about it. You can email me at info@disneyguy.com. Just tell me how you guys feel about it. But thank you for listening in for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast so you can get any updates for any new episodes and premieres. For any new episode premieres. Thank you so much for listening in, and bye bye, guys.